Hey everybody, welcome back to Spirit Plays More Night Spites. So we are working on a heating construct where I heat things and they get constructed. So where were we yesterday? Oh, what computer? I did put some more RAM in this thing because I had, had to dissect my wife's beautiful computer, unfortunately. So we'll take our blaster. It must be weapon 1. What will we go with on weapon 2? Well, I guess that's kind of decided. Probably gonna be this, and then like this. You know what? No, this. It's like a excuse me. You are weapon 2, and then weapon 1 must be the Supra Blaster. So we need a couple things. Like we need infinite money, infinite health, immortality. You know, there's a lot of things on the to-do list. Kabam, we did it. Alright, sure. We absolutely did. Now the unfortunate part, oh my gosh, cat. There's a lot of things that have to be, the stars got. I know, I hear you screaming for attention. I love it. So I did a couple things hopefully to make the listening experience a little bit more pleasant. You'll notice the sound in the background, not the meowing sound, the other sound, the high pitch like. I have my window open. Usually I shut that because I kind of want to play the new level again. But that's obviously not it. But there's the crickets outside, and until wintertime hits, they will all be screaming at you. I mean, this is a level we can go to. I think this will actually net the best profit. I don't think we'll be finding as many kitties as we'd like to. Cat hunting is not on the forefront of my mind, and there's way too many compounds in that level. But at the same time, was it compound wilds that increased payout? Which are none of those. This is Vanna, right? Yeah. So, I mean, we can't really find it. Unless we go to tier 2, I'm not doing that. I don't really want to do compounds the last level. I don't think anybody does. This gate will probably never be traveled beyond the midway point. Just because no one's ever... Unless you're doing a shadow layer, right? Be about it. Alright, give me 1 second here. I can't... you should see this freaking finagled setup. I'm using like a shelf thing to freaking hopefully hide some of the sound from my computer. It might be working, maybe not. I don't know. I did a few tests, but nothing really amazingly substantial. Where are we at here? Alright, working so far. Let's jump in. Create public party. Tier 3. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, it just looks amazing. If it looks amazing, it has to be amazing. Dude, I had all this material that I just read and whatever, and I can't think of like it. So I'm reading this book. I'm part of the C.S. Lewis Institute. It's basically like it's a fellows program. So if you don't know much about a fellows program, it involves a lot of reading. Cat, I see you're like cleaning yourself on top of my USB wireless modem. So I don't know who's gonna win when it comes to that. So you know what? If this is all fiend, I was thinking like we might be able to rock out the Griffin, pure Griffin through the whole thing. Can I even watch that? Would that be too painful? Or can we just try to sword our way through the whole thing and be smart about it? We have no shield. I mean, well, it's Swiss strike, right? It is what it is. So we can block like one shot. So what will be... So we can single switch, but we can't because, I'm just at basically the mercy of my of Java when it comes to that. I tried putting in a hotkey macro where I just hit a button and it would go back and forth as a switch. But that didn't work because my frame rate kept going up and down. But my frame rate's a little better now. A few more gigs of RAM. Never hurt anybody, but I know the ultimate deficit to what I'm doing is... So we have a gun. So this is our sword. You know what? Let's try... Let's try being smart. Sorry. Oh, you know what, Mike? I am so sorry. We almost forgot to feed you. So let's go... Pia. And we probably should go for some shadow defense. Like, would it be smart to... Like... You know what? I think it is. just cause. So hold on, let me get an actual decent loadout. All right, so this is switched. So we have our. We don't have to go through the whole process of equipping every single thing. Okay, so sword. This is number 2, and handgun. And you keep screaming at me, cat. I don't think it's gonna do a whole lot for getting you pets. I need 2 of my hands up here. I don't know if you can hear this cat or not. Anyway, right here, and then Mike, the omniscient Mike, will help me out with this. Okay, I think we can make something happen with this loadout. Gotta keep the gunner hat, man. Anyway, so the like I'm reading this book called The Sacrament of Evangelist. Oh my goodness, Java, what have you done to me? Yeah, Mike, hey, he came back. Thank goodness. I thought we were just well, I didn't see him coming. We need to like be artful in our dodges and our approach. Oh, we might even like combo our way just to increase that. That's actually exactly what we needed. I did not anticipate a lumbar. So we will be using the shields. So far, so not as good. I didn't even see your animation. I cry shenanigans. Right, let's get this stun out of here. We can still make this happen. We can still make this happen. Flourish only, final destination. We just gotta get Java didn't warm up yet. Alright, that's my excuse. How much does this do? Does it even do any? I can't... You know, if I can't see the damage, at least Mike's stunning him. 30 minutes later. Dude, is Twitch really... No, it's not that. It's something else. Like, is Twitch really destroying my connection that much? Well, this might be a failed attempt. We'll find out. At least he's stunned. No, don't back up. Can we just hit one? He's a master of just evading our defenses. Now when I really got to start I don't. Yeah, a logical person would turn AT on, right? I really should start you know, hitting things. This is where I wish I had my Griffin as well. I might get up to a 3rd weapon slot. I just need you guys to get out of that junk down there, and then we can proceed in the smartest fashion. Let's get rid of that block too. That's what I mean about it. This might be a slow run. Unless we get some help. Beautiful. So far, our sorting is working. We're using the Valance, which is... It's not the Valance, it's Super Blaster. Which does exactly what I want it to do. Sort of. Back up. There we go. Which is like push the enemy back. That's kind of what I want it for. I know that, whoop. Doesn't push him back as much as a Valance would. It does give him a little bit of hit stun. We can still do this. See, this is where we gotta, like, use things to our advantage. There we go. He'll curse himself out, maybe. We just gotta dodge and weave like Mayweather. Just looking at boxing statistics. Sugar Ray Johnson, I think his name is. He, so, like Mayweather, fought 50 times, undefeated. That is amazing. Mayweather. So the reason why I value this character over, we need this little sprite thing to come down here. Over, that just does not help. Mayweather is because the dude fought 187 fights and only lost like 7 of them. 187. I know Mayweather still has maybe potential to do more. But that's a lot of fights, dude. That's a lot of headshots. You know, I can't hit you quite yet, so I guess you're gonna be killed by a BB gun, my little wisp friend. 2 hits, I can live with that. You guys know exactly where to run. Please don't kill me. Oh no. Dude, we're not off to like the best start ever. This is just floor 1. So if we need to go, we need to go. We'll get more heat the further down we go. So let's be smart about this. And cash, and it'll just be, better for us in the long run. I really thought. Danger room, I don't know about that. Especially if we're flourish only, basically. No. There we go. Flourish only with gunner armor. It does provide the adequate defense needed, though. Alright, let's continue on as we get this. It's free. I know we missed that area up there. I don't think on the first floor of Tier 3 it's, 100% necessary. Thank goodness we have more shinings. If there's any way to convert the shinings to anything, I mean, yeah, just keep throwing me back and forth there. Twitch, it seems like you're the ultimate, we're missing a couple frames here, buddy. Twitch is the ultimate decider of what is good and what is right. I don't know why yesterday worked so well. Of course, it's like an area like this, which requires me to have a gun, basically. I mean, not so much. See, we can still make it happen, man. Right into the spikes, yep. Just kill him on our way out. You know what? We're grabbing the pill. We need it. We owe it to ourselves. That was a bad idea. Okay. We threaded the needle. What is going on? The mysteries of life. Okay. Oh, I think we need to hit the scan. There we are. This is the second time in so many days I've seen this exact area. It's, well, you know what? It's probably because we were in this gate before. That makes a lot of sense, right? I know they're kind of pinching me. You know what? Take a pot. Worked for Link. Worked for me, too. It's one down. There's two down. You're going to be stubborn and hanging out up there. You're gonna get what you deserve. 2, 3, and... Gotcha! Pardon me. That was an amazing dodge. Because the bullet hit you. And you still somehow escape death. It's alright. It hits us all in the end, eventually, right? What does war do to death? What does... I mean, besides the obvious, right? The inhumane... kind of... I'm just giving myself some room to maneuver here. The inhumane, concept of, abortion. Let's not go down that road. Just, where did you come from, my little man? Where you freaking ninja'd his way here. But he didn't do it in a graceful way. He just suddenly showed up. He's like, yeah, let me walk into this fight a little bit late. There we go. There we go. Can we do this? Oh, we did it. 2 shots from the blaster. Just want room to dodge. I can't even tell you how frustrating that is. We gonna survive? We did hit the number 6, so I didn't burn to death, right? Thank you. There we are. Java, your ways are a mystery to me, but so are my so is my mobile USB connection. Reading the Weight of Glory, where C.S. Lewis talks about war in general. It's another floor, just like the one we just went to. Awesome. He talks about, war doesn't do anything to death. It just brings it closer. We are all... one of the things our society tends to do, thank goodness. I was thinking we need some sort of redwood to keep our system going. One of the things we ignore in society, we put on our gentle forms of disfigurement, right? Your deodorant. You make your hair right. You get these clothes so that way you can go out into the world and look how you wish you looked. Well, in your natural form, you don't really, reflect that image most of the time. So we spend a lot of our times ignoring reality, ignoring our mortal coil. In America, this is extremely easy to do. Just freaking go nuts with our glowings. Level 2, think of the damage we're going to do. Just think of that damage. And while we're here, while I'm remembering, let us feed our beast. Did I give you a power star? Let's just give him a little boost. P is for power. There we go. Oh. Just fill up that belly. All sorts of goodness. I'm going to put the mugs in here because the black cat farming is just going on. through a ludicrous perspective. See what I mean? Like we need more redwood. From a ludicrous standpoint anyway, because everyone's like, if I get a cat hat... Actually, it's not the cat hats people are really, like, farming for, right? It's more the... if I can just keep them up there, that'd be amazing. 2, 3... You know what? I should have gone Griffin. I'm not even gonna lie. But it's the Margrove fights. That's what people are looking for. That's like the... Jeez, don't burn to death. I'm out of pills. There goes my revive. Well, again, Twitch or internet, whatever you decide to do, sure is making my life a little difficult. Just throwing it out there as my connection continues to stammer up and down. I'm gonna probably make the conversion soon to Wayward Souls. Like, pure, straight up Wayward Souls all the time. Because I can record those. It's not invested on an internet connection. Okay, let's use good. You know, there's a lot of fire here. Okay, we got him down. While we're approaching, apparently it wasn't enough. But thank goodness. Is there anything else down here? Thank goodness. Hello again. Your ninja ways are known to me. Forget what I was saying. Thank the goodness we're going chaos. That's it. I would have burnt to death like 20 times over. Why didn't I take a gun? That's like almost a no-brainer to take a gun anywhere. Just sorting only in tier 3? What kind of madness is that? You know, I mean, people don't even do that in lockdown anymore. Just not the right perspective to have. You stand back in Polaris, and then when they're shocked, this is what we experienced yesterday. The logical outworking is, you know, you make everyone's life awesome. These guys are just freaking masters of flanking tactics. I guess I'll be killing with the blaster. These are going to be some painful floors, all right? We're going to eventually, you know what, we're making some choices. The flourish is obviously not doing exactly what we need it to do. So as much as I love playing around with it, I kind of want to, you know, expedite this process. Let's go get a mic. Just hit somebody. That's all I ask. There's too many like things to dodge. So if I continue on with this kind of mindset for a long time, it's just going to be... I kind of want to get this guy out of the way. It's gonna be painful to watch and painful for me to play. Like, yeah, I don't know if I dodged that or not. Java's a mystery to me. Can you not see me? Kind of wish I had a, you know, we do have a neutral sword. What am I freaking thinking? Like, I'm afraid of the fiends, man. The fiends... You ever beat up a robot with, where did you guys come from? Blah, blah. Let's do number 4. No. There we go. See, these things, when you're in dire straits and handicap yourself, the little orbitals are actually pretty nice. I like using one of these plus the number 2. I did say number 2. Just because, like, if you run through a crowd of enemies, it does, like, double damage, and, I think, at least last I remembered, the, like, you can only hit them so many times before invincibility frames kick in with a single one, but if you have 2 of them on, they both double hit, which is kind of nice. Alright, we're going to make it through this floor, and we're going to choose some more powerful weaponry. I just want to get this... You really got to heal him? I suppose you do. I just really want to get this, blaster to a potential 4-star. Can you heal them once the howitzers once they start moving? I really don't know. That is a good question, me. Alright, here we go. This is gonna be the charge to end all charges. Jump back before you get hit like 6,000 times. Okay. Just wait till they, there we go. We actually are gonna try to manually aim our... Your friend's corpse saved your life. Just saying. Here we go. I mean, let you live a little long. Again, mortality brought to the forefront. Reality not ignored. I really feel bad for these things because they can't heal. Tactful dodge back into the bullet. Blah, blah, blah. Ta-ta. Well, boy, if I can hit with both, that would be amazing. Oop. Let's see if we can do it this time. Ba-bam. Twitch. Or internet, rather. Comcast. Look, this is also new. I mean, it looks... I can see they've actually been putting, like, legit work in the Clockworks. I appreciate it. Cannot reach you. There's too many spikes. Although I should, again, I like it when things are difficult. But when you have to set yourself at your own handicap, that's either one, you're too strong, or two, you gotta find a harder level. I guess they kind of go hand in hand, though. If you're too strong, well, in the absolute sense. Oh, jeez. You just wear off stun. Thank you. That's where I wish I had my griffin. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, well, let's pop this quick so we survive. No, 2. Mike, you're just doing some good work with today, man. You stun the stunner. I know this area itself is not really new. That's okay. Dude does this 1, 2, 3 a combo. Chase after him. Do like the lunging part of the flourish combo that's helping us out. Dude, being bounced around like crazy is not cool. I'm telling you. And then with first world problems. Okay, what can we do here to make life better? Well, might give up the streaming part of this, because usually what I do is I stream. Good for anybody who's up at like freaking 3 in the morning, which is I guess nobody but myself. Then I just click the convenient export to YouTube button, and then I go from there. And it makes sense, right? But apparently, it's just too much for poor little Comcast to handle. I honestly think it's the USB port and being at the opposite end of the house, the actual connection. Could be wrong though. Just the fact that we're alive, that it gives us a second chance, and that we've gotten so many like. Whoop. HP augmentations, but that part right there, where we get a slight bit of forgiveness due to our connection. Dude, they just keep showing up. Got you in a corner, buddy. I'm so sorry. Oh, that part I just freaking ran into because I'm a genius. Shows the wrong moment to pop up, my friend. Will this work? Because we'll find out. Where are you going, buddy? West. Nah, we'll go north. It's like free stuff. We also got to keep in mind, like, through this entire depth, I don't think I'll have enough to actually craft this into the next item because we have to buy elites so we can focus on money. Not focus on Vanna. We haven't done Vanna in a while, so we might jump down to Vanna to see if feed from the Dark Lord himself. A level 2 blaster on its way to level 3. I don't know, we'll see, man. But anyway, the Weight of Glory, probably the best sermon I ever read. Does that make sense? Probably not. Graveyard sounds great. We're just gonna go straight up voltage. And chaos, because that just makes a lot of sense. So let's go here. The slow general progression of making of a lance. Ideally, all neutral items. And then we could just go beat tier 4, which that's on my to-do list. I guess that's, yeah, that'll do it. Then we go here. Dude, I can't get over this freaking bunny outfit. Alright, let's go. Some of these are not set up for untiered lockdown. Lockdown is always like my ideal for loadouts and stuff, but that is not what we want. We want to expedite this process. There we go. Just make this get done as fast as freaking possible, so we can continue complaining about our first world problems. Meow meow. This mortal coil which we live on, it's pretty neat. So yeah, I was listening to Ravi Zacharias talk about time and a measurement. Time being a measurement of change. You know, because you ask yourself, what is the definition of time? We can go into goodness and philosophy and all that stuff, but even science. There's science in philosophy. David Hume said, if a book does not have any scientific value, if it doesn't have any measurement of repeatability, I'm misquoting him just a little bit, but if it's not scientific, cast it to the flames, for it is useless. That itself is not a scientific claim. How do you know that? By science, how do you know that? That is a moralistic claim. It's a one of the biggest reasons that America has succeeded, in my opinion, is not because it was good at reasoning. The Europeans also had the same line of thought. They reasoned, but America itself had moral reasoning. A virtuous life was always in their design. Dude, this is just freaking easy mode now that I put the voltage on. I'm sorry. That and we're in a graveyard, so I mean, it's not like we dumbed down the challenge and we upped our firepower. I guess we're getting exactly what we expect to get, right? Ta-ta! Anyway, I'm still gonna, you know, beat up all these poor little zombie guys. They're getting what's coming to them. That's what you get for being like a digital dummy. I could probably count myself in that mix of the two sometimes. Just... blah, blah. Thank goodness I got a notification. Windows 10, man, they tell you everything you might or might not want to know. Can we get through this? Absolutely. Do not discount your abilities. Whoosha. Oh, jeez. So tomorrow I might just do recording, we'll see. I'll probably do Twitch anyway, because who cares? It is the life of a old retired SKer. Potential food for you, Mike. We're working on it. We're not made of money. Pay our mortgage 2 months behind every month. How did we get to that point? Why couldn't we just like progressively save up and get more? And you know, just go to the point of being on par with our stuff. Well, we tried, but then as a household, we had a termite infestation. Then we had car issues, and then we had this student loan thing that came up, and then our taxes weren't as much as our tax return wasn't. Like, there's stuff that cascades into a life of struggle. Sometimes you just don't count for it. Can we get through? Oh, we did get the other one. Don't ask me how that was possible. We don't often contemplate. I'd rather contemplate the mysteries of life and the deep questions of philosophy in our age, and even in the previous ages, because history is worth a look into, than start contemplating the logic of Java. This is but it's still. This is the reason I started playing this game. It is a 4-player co-op. I know we're doing... Oh, he got me. He got me. I know we're doing solo, but the concept of like a 4-player co-op Legend of Zelda game was just too much to pass up. Dude, can I have that dodge where I just circle around? Didn't Link have that in like Wind Waker? When they're about to attack, you hit the button, and they just, you fly around them, and then everything's hunky-dory. You do an automatic counterattack. This is a very linear level, with not as many zombies as I would have expected, but that's okay. The world has to... You gotta be mindful of your zombie output. You might consume the natural resources of the world here. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna use the same exact sword for the next level, unless we up our blaster to level 5 right now. In which case we will probably just go a regular devastating arcade loadout, which is, Wintergrave plus the voltage. By the way, I also sympathize with the people that are trying to get a voltage. There's only like one or two, Taylor the Swift or something like that. There's only like one or two people, like Interse was doing it yesterday, who just like, we're already down a guy. Hardly anyone's playing. It's like a casual game. They just go freaking hardcore mode. And they accept. They dive into the meta that is locked down. My computer's better than yours. I win. Get good. It's frustrating. Can't have a good casual game. The only time we really had fun was when Lepak and Donut and Chaos, we'd all just jump in a game and it would be all us. It's a lot of fun. So let's be mindful. There we go. Let's make this a very tactful hit. So we gotta watch out, Mike. Your powers are almost limitless, except when it comes to these Oilers. We might light them on fire, and that is an issue. Friends help, friends heal. Blah blah. Most of the time. We just need to... I almost used Mike. Very close. Excuse me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Felt good. I think I got a hit there. Just get rid of you guys. Schmokes. Too strong. My charge did disappear. Get out of here, buddy. Alright. Yeah, coming back to SK or just like games in general. It is a fun exercise in the morning. I found myself squandering my time or just being too... That's what I'm looking for. Being too direct. You gotta mix up your life with some casual things. There was and I've used this example before, so forgive me if you heard it, but like, St. Timothy was once asked by a hunter, St. Timothy's thing was like, he trained pigeons. So he's training these pigeons, and the hunter says, you shouldn't be training pigeons. You should be studying the scriptures, like, all the time. He looks at the hunter and he's like, okay, well, do you keep your bow constantly strung? And then, the hunter's like, well, no, if I do, it'll lose its elasticity. He said, the same thing goes for my mind. Sir Bayet. Heyo, there I go to help with a little sand. Watch out for the leg. Help with the sand. Help a little with the sand. Oh my goodness, my brain. Is that you, Sarcasm? I don't know who your in-game character is, but yeah, come on in, buddy. We could always use some help here. I'm not a one-man army. I can pretend to be. I can dodge a lot. I can fake that I have legitimate prideful skill. But I would be deceiving myself and everybody else. Everything I have is a gift. Dude, I was doing my kettlebells yesterday, and I started, like, holding the kettlebell upside down. I have a 15-pounder and gripping it. Now, I'm not very, like, my grip is not extremely substantial. My hands are not the largest. They're not, Trump size. We're going to the microcosms there. But they're, I'm 5'6", so I'm not gigantic, and my mitts are not. They match my size, basically. So, grabbing a 15-pound sphere and holding it, and then I just tried walking around my house. Dude, eventually, your grip gets to the point of, like your hands are about to shut down. You just get I was struggling. And it's not, don't just stand there and hold them, too. You gotta hold them out like you're holding buckets of water. So you get full, like, strength. I just made the motions like you're looking at me. It is sarcasm. Please. There he is. What a fine-looking gentleman. That is one mean hat, and he has an oven mitt on. Beautiful. All right, hold on one second. Dude, you know what? I need some more coffee. So you're gonna have to excuse me for just 1 minute. My beanbag chair. Be right back. that dead air is like the absolute killer when it comes to media, but I'm living my life, yo. And I got this Ninja coffee maker. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's do it. It literally is called Ninja Coffee Maker. It makes 12 cups of coffee. Well, the Ninja Coffee Maker decided to, right after I made coffee for like a minute, my freaking spider senses started tingling. And I'm like, oh. I look over and the thing shut down. I'm like, what's going on here? It turns out the outlet needed reset, which just happened from time to time. Alright, so we there we go. Beautiful. So the outlet needed reset. I reset it, but it stopped after making only 1 cup of coffee. So when you take 1 cup's worth of water and filter it through 12 cups worth of coffee, what you get is something that's like almost syrup-like in texture. And the bitterness is enough to, I don't know, definitely basically become like a black hole on any show that's called like Sugar Rush. Although, I don't know, it depends who, dude, sorry, I'm also comparing it to, like, Nailed It, which is also one of the best shows in history. There's once a guy on Nailed It. I know my mind's jumping around, sorry. There's a guy on Nailed It that, they make sugary desserts and stuff like that. It's pretty amazing. I recommend watching it. It's a great family show and just ridiculous in general. But the guy, like, excuse me, he replaced in his cake sugar with salt, and he didn't taste test it, and he gave it to the judges, and they're like, what on earth are you doing? Yeah, crazy, man. He's letting me pop these open. Dude, you're so nice. Lag, what are you talking about? This is the smoothest. This is smoother than my cat's back, alright? There we go. Except that's soft, so I guess it's not smooth. I kind of destroyed that. So anyway, what I was saying is, this coffee that I made, it stopped. I'm like, it took me a while to figure it out, but I poured the cup anyway. So I drank half this cup, and I'm like, dude, I'm freaking wired. But that's the, then I finished my reading for the morning, and then that was the end of that story, and then I came in here. I'm taking notes on one of the books that was read. I'll go this way, you go home. Really wish I had either a Turbillion or that Iron Slug, man. I used to have all the weapons. Well, maybe not all the weapons. I used to have all the guns. I'll put it that way. I used to have enough guns to, keep me satisfied. I used to make them just to make them. Even back in the casual SK days, where you could, heat yourself multiple levels of an item on just one vanity run. And you just watch that sucker keep going up. You didn't need to forge. I'm glad they put the brakes on, honestly. I think it was a good idea. Unfortunately, they should have had... so there's a couple ways that they could have gone about it. You can either enable more. Well, everyone's walking off walls and stuff. There we go. Okay, we're back. You can either enable yourself. You can enable the game. You can add more to it, or you can take some from it. They took some from it, and no one is ever happy when you take something from them. But, then you have to ask yourself a question like, okay, what could they have possibly added to make the game better? So they tried the adding thing. You could see the adding thing and where exactly it failed. And that was in the black cat gear, in my opinion. I thought we killed one, but I was obviously wrong. So we used this to, basically stun them. But you ended up giving damage high to everything on a item that was not even the winter solstice rings and stuff like that. They don't have the rarity needed. The black hat stuff, you can work for it, sure, but it should be one of those ultimate rare, ridiculous rare things. It really discourages individual character aptitude or having a role. It's too bad you don't have sets of gear. No, you know what? I can't say that. But I really miss the individuality that would make characters. Of course, I'm referring to Lockdown because it's my life for such a long time. My life of Lockdown. The woes of a hardcore lockdown player. Did you run into a wall again? Like this... Sargasm, do you get lag only when it comes to treasure chests? I hope not, man. Alright, I think we should get this gun to level 5. Maybe. I forget what level it's on right now. You have to look. What is this? Thank goodness we have bomb charge time reduction. Alright, so this should get to level 5. Then we're just worried about money. Money. On our way down. So let's back up a bit, right? Bam! Level 5. Just talking about the weight of glory. So the weight of glory in the book, it's kind of hard to find. If you wish to read it, I mean, obviously recommend reading it. Bettering yourself in is good in a lot of ways. I've read books by atheists, humanists, pantheists. I read the Tao Te Ching not too terribly long ago. I have a book on Buddhist sayings because they don't really have like a sound set of doctrine. But you need to examine other perspectives. If you're not, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're just hello. There, turn it off. So, you sounded kind of like a fly zapper for a minute. Anyway, we can upgrade this. Compounds, I don't really want to jump in there, but I will if I have to. Let's go, boys. Level 6 in a box. Oh, that's fine. Faust. I can recognize that word. I don't speak German yet. I know it's Spanish. It's, you know. You got a Shiver Mistbuster, a Snakebite armor. Let's look at this. I mean, it looks beautiful. Got a Grim Repeater, Sacred Falcon, Shiver Mistbuster. Let us find out. Nope. Join the party, yo. Alright, let's get to our traditional gear. It's traditional as it always is, anyway. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we should. What exactly do we have our sprite at? Just straight up health. I guess that makes sense. We can probably afford to feed you, though. More 4-star items. As I watch my connection just dwindle down to a nothingness again. Corrosive acid seems like a great breakfast food for any animal. I was thinking about feeding that to my cat. Man, everybody's got a turbillion. Except me. Got Colonel Tiger, though. I mean, look at his hair. Guy is just making a straight up fashion statement. So, anyway, let's go back to our philosophy topic for the day. The weight of glory. I started out in, oh, dude, no. Let's go what I was reading today. So, when I read, we got 3 books for our summer reading course. I know it's amazing. You go through school, you hate reading, and then you come out of it, and self-education seems to be, you know, what's very important in life, at least, again, in my opinion. So okay, we're good. Got this. Mike, you ready? Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Just keep walking off the map there, buddy. Oh, we're back. All right. So that being said, I read a lot. I read like 3 books at a time, usually besides daily scripture reading, which I think is vitally important to have a core belief system if you're not at least thinking about your life for over 9 minutes a day, which is the average time a American thinks per day. Oh, man. Should have brought my Suduruska. To my Russian roots. Do you think John Wick is Russian? Like, where he came from? Probably, right? So I do this reading, and then what I do is I'll read the book, I'll underline. I know some people think it's sacrilege to write in a book, but that's not me. I like writing in my books for my own notes, and then when I lend it to somebody, they get to see like my perspective, what I thought was important, and you know, sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. No big deal. You know, I lent out 2 books the other day. But here I go, jumping off topic again. So on this book, the Sacrament of Evangelism, it talks a lot about a lot of stuff. Basically, you can apply this book to doing anything. Like, one of the first things that really hit me was it said, it is muddled logic to think that you have to be a master at a task before starting to do it. And I'm like, that just makes a lot of sense, because for anything, I can apply like everything scripturally and philosophically to my martial arts perspective. If I think I'm gonna be a black belt before I get in a fight, or if I think I'm gonna be a master of fighting before I fight, like, you need it's again, muddled logic, right? You need to at least have some practice in that skill set first to demonstrate competence. You need to, besides throwing punches at a wall, which if you watch Old Boy, which is kind of, it's like, I wonder if you can get good at fighting by just practicing in a room by yourself for so long. The answer is no to that, by the way. You might be good at throwing a punch, but fighting is a different thing altogether. You might be tough, you might be despondent, you might be able to resist, like, physical damage, but that's a different theme. You're talking out of ignorance if you think that just makes you a good fighter. You've obviously not, Fight Club. How much do you know about yourself unless you've been in a fight? That rings true. Philosophy and fighting go hand in hand. And I haven't watched that movie in a while. Maybe we should revisit it. Anyway, so he says that it's muddled logic to believe you'll be good. You'll be a master at anything before you even start it. He's talking about evangelism, so like talking to people about theology and worldviews and beliefs and that kind of thing. So he's like, you got to start talking about it. Just start doing it. It doesn't matter. G.K. Chesterton said, if a thing is worth doing, it's worth doing badly. You have to start out doing things badly before you can get good at them. This is diving into some, I'd like to think, fairly obvious thought, but at the same time, it's not really as obvious as you think. Some people think, oh, that's a go-to excuse. I can't. I'm not. That's just not me. I'm not good at that. We just took a whole crap ton of damage. And you know what? That excuse does work to a point, right? But as time is a measurement of change, philosophy is thinking about how to react to that change, and you can make it almost on a non-thinking level. The best example I can think of, okay, we just put ourselves in the freaking lion's den here. Did I just kill you? I'm sorry if I did. The best example I can think of is just like, you can take anything from as simple as walking. We practice walking when we're infantile, and then we get so good at it, we don't even have to think about it. It becomes automatic. Same with speech. We are wired for this stuff. It's on par with purpose and what we're meant to do. It's pretty amazing. So a couple other things I said in there. Courage. Let's go over courage. Courage is the ability to say yes under a difficult circumstance. That makes a lot of sense, right? The ability to do the right thing. Sorry, I guess that's a better perspective of it. The ability to do the right thing even under a difficult circumstance. We lost our dude, by the way. Thank you, Sargasm, for staying with us. Fiends and, like, little wolver pets. What an interesting combo. So that's what courage is. But temperance, and as Americans, especially, or if you have it, dude, if you're affluent enough to have a computer and to be watching this, you struggle from this as well. And now we're walking off walls again. Just, oh, okay, we're still with this weapon, right? Temperance is the ability to say no, even in the jaws of pleasure. And that makes a lot of sense, right? There's things you know you should and should not do. Thank you for actually hitting it. Things you know you should and should not do. But when it feels good, that feeling you got to be careful with, because the feelings are deceptive. And this goes anything from like drug use to music, because music, your parents are like, don't listen to that crap. I don't want to hear that in my house. Well, your parents are listening to the lyrics. You're listening to the jive. And the stark difference between the two is that you can mask bad philosophy under a guise of beauty. That's one of the theories that I forget who told me this. I want to think it was a Catholic. But they said there was a theory. Dude, they weren't kidding. Look at this treasure chest payout. I'm liking it. They're listening to us. It's maybe ever so slowly, but it's still happening. But that Satan himself might have been the god or the guardian or something of music. And dude, that makes a lot of sense, because you can guise bad truth in a beautiful sound. Is there more? Did I miss some? Oh, hands are falling asleep. Gotta wake up there, guys. The kettlebell stuff. Holding a sphere upside down. If I didn't go into that enough, my grip, my hands are hurting. Actually, it's more like forearms. So you see the giant arms that Popeye has, right? Probably gripped kettlebells. And these are only 15 pounds. And it's not just gripping them, holding them like, I think I thought started on this thought process and then just kind of ended it. But holding them out to your sides and then walking, because there's something that walking does is you stabilize your motion and as your muscles work a little bit harder. Just standing there, it's not quite good enough. You gotta walk. You gotta move. But I think temperance is one of the bigger things in our lives. You know, with the phone and the social media, you know, you get the dopamine action reaction. Darn right. Give me that jelly goodness. My friend, is that your superhero outfit? He has a jelly shield, right? Isn't that what that is? Turquoise node slime wall. He does have a jelly outfit for fighting the jellies. Is he like ultra jelly? How does this work? I love it. Are you alright? Well, oh, thanks, buddy. You were a true hero. This again, this tile set's probably my favorite. Just the greens. By the way, I'm watching One Strange Rock, which says a lot of things which I disagree with. It's hosted by Will Smith. It's a Netflix series. It goes over a lot of the awesome beauty that is in this world. But it does advocate evolution. It does advocate a lot of things which are straight up opinion. For instance, when the astronaut, because he's an astronaut, his words taken at gospel. It's basically asking the perspective from people that have literally been in space, and I like that perspective. Taking it from people who have seen the world from the outside source. It's pretty interesting. Asking for those with experience in viewing this stuff. Of course, they, sidestep the fact that the first couple things they did, and you might not be aware of this, is the first thing they read on the moon was scripture, right? Genesis, in the beginning, God. And the first thing that was consumed was actually the sacraments. He's just like, I need a minute of quiet. And then he took the bread and the wine, and it's in Christian tradition or Catholic tradition, however you want to go with that. The first things consumed on the moon was that also. There was a deep, like, serene sense of transcendence when they were up there. It's very neat. Anyway, they have this perspective with their I want to go fast too. Where they said, it's how is it it's not unreasonable to think that through all the billions and billions of planets that there would be somebody like us somewhere. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, actually, if you understand probability and how life is caused, it is actually pretty unfathomable. If you go to think and to be so audacious to believe that life just like us would randomly begin to exist. And that's also true for and that's an opinion statement. Again, it's not a factual one. The world and the things you've been taught in the schools are so full of that, it is ridiculous. So I'm like, as you get older, as you get out of the mandatory public education, there's good reason for being forced to educate, right? We're more educated now as a society, as a developed country, than any society's ever been ever. Like, if you want to live at a time and a place, right now would be it. It's pretty awesome. So where was I going with that? I was going with the concept that you should examine what is taught to be truth. Because even Will Smith, I thought he was a Christian, but he was advocating stuff that really does not go toward the Christian development. That's a good way of putting that. Mike, your services although not 100% required, are greatly appreciated. And we'll just keep running away from them. We're still alive. Took no damage. Every time Java hiccups, you know, it's an adventure. Who knows what's going to happen at the other end of that tunnel. Dude, I can definitely notice the increase in RAM helping on my computer. The glitches are not as bad as they were. I also gave my computer a fresh restart, which helped. I think the RAM cards are in the wrong spots too. I know you're supposed to pair them one with another, so you have if you have 4 slots, you should do them identically. Like the same one should be in slot A and B, and then slot C and D, depending upon how it's listed. I know every single motherboard's different, but I don't believe I had like 3 different types of 2 which were the same in the wrong slots, and 2 which were totally unique. So, do we have another jelly farm? I can go for another jelly farm. As Immortal Mike continues his climb to transcendence. He will eventually be our judge, but for now, he's my little flying Pokemon over my shoulder. Anyway, Temperance is my theme. Oh, thank goodness, charred compounds. I'm gonna probably stick with Temperance for a while. It is a force worthy to be focused on. And this is a philosophy I teach in class too. Like it's not the clicked on the wrong thing. I hope it was still okay. I wonder how long that was up. I'm so sorry. I don't know, man. Yep. I'm a bunny. Ah, blah blah. Just felt good. Then one more slap with this freaking airplane wing. I think his gun does more than my sword, but that's okay. Who's counting? Oh, alright. You gotta go to bat? I get it. Come on back when you're ready. We're gonna keep going, though. We have business. Gotta leave for work fairly. Not soon, but at some point. I was wondering why they weren't spawning. Get in there. Join your brother. Well, we did it. Shalom Shuckleberg is now playing Spiral Knights. What on earth? Shalom Shuckleberg. Okay. If we can avoid the internet connection, if we made him flinch, that's what we needed to do. If we can avoid the internet connection issues, I think we'll be fine. Actually, this level itself, I think we'll be fine either way. Oh my goodness. It just felt better than it should have. Can you just swing? You're making me nervous. There we go. Alright. Yeah, but the way we disguise ourselves as we go about our lives is pretty interesting. You know, it's one of the it all goes like the Garden of Eden is the best allegorical statement made for humanity, where humanity hides from God. What are you taught not to talk about? Religion and politics. It'll make people angry. Why is that? Why can't you separate an idea from a person? Why can't people just be special from a transcendent perspective? And then you hack ideas. Because identity politics, which has been preached, I think, by the left side, throw him an invite here, a little bit too much, says, because you are not me, you cannot understand me. And I think that's a false nomer. I don't like that at all. I would rather attempt to understand somebody, or at least reach a conclusion that we differ on opinion. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with having a different opinion. Opinions come from men, but when you cross-examine opinion with truth, I mean, that's where you gotta bounce it off of, right? What is true and what is not true. I hope that's what people are doing anyway. That's how I gain faith in humanity. When I start talking about truth and I want people to follow a basic thought process that I have, I'm not trying to there's no hypnosis here. It's not like yeah, I know the general sales pitches. We want them to say yes, because yes is cascade, and that's a sales technique. So I do want them to do that, yes, and I do use some of that, but inadvertently, because I'm not going to have them say no to the things that are false all the time without throwing in relevant things that are true. He's back from outer space. Just walked in here with that look upon your face. Forget how the song goes. All right, Cookie. I did pick that stuff up. Freaking, I'm gonna have nightmares after this game, dude. I don't know. Can you guys notice difference? I surely can. As far as like my graphic quality goes and everything. I'm helped. Helped. Blah blah. Blah blah blah. Dude, he's got a Triglav. Did it. Blah blah. Blah blah blah. Again, blah blah blah. Where's that from? Besides Cotton Eye Joe. It's from Arrested Development. That's it. He was a lawyer. Bob Law. His name was Bob Lob, and he called his firm Bob Lob Law. So his full title is Bob Lob Law. Can you please? Jeez. There's got to be a way to kind of edit that. I don't know. I know Brawlhalla does an amazing thing when it comes to positioning and, you know, making up for lag. Like, it just blew my mind because I was so used to Spiral Knights for so long, and the not deficiencies, outdated scripting that was used. I know in Quake 3 they use predictive scripting when it comes to the first-person shooter thing to avoid a lot of the lag issues. I guess they've been doing that for a long time, but I was just ignorant of how amazing it was in other platforms. Can we just not get like 3 more radiants? Are we only going to get like 6 radiants every arcade run? Extremely profitable, let me tell you. That's right, we're not racing. If we were racing, I mean, I'd be working overtime to pay for my Spiral Knights addiction. Because that's just how that works. Anyway, so we sort of are on point. I mean, how long have we been live? Over an hour? 10 minutes? That's a crazy amount of time for an arcade run. That's alright, at least we get some quality time together. Thank you for the appreciative welcome backs for all involved. It's nice to be, you know, welcomed, and I mean, I get some views here and there, so I mean, I'm not falling on deaf ears when I talk about this stuff. And if you guys like watching the game itself, if you have the volume up, whoop, I mean, you're obviously listening to what I have to say, so I appreciate that. And I also really like discussion. So, you know, throw some comments out there. I know I didn't quite adhere to my 1 year off of the internet, per se, but it was honestly like social media and stuff that I think really put a bad taste in my mouth. So, you know, we change our opinion. If I swear off, I will never talk to that person ever again. That's actually my fault for... Dude. I'm going to go in there and see my wife on her phone. I know I'm going to do it. And you know what is our biggest draw, and I had no idea why, is freaking Reddit for some reason. I have no idea why Reddit draws so much of our limited internet. It just blows my mind. I do think Reddit is part of the social media enterprise, because when so I love my wife, and we have different opinions on certain things, and that is okay, that is healthy, as long as you, again, separate ideas from people. I love her so much. I value her as a person. Ideas are worth talking about. An opinion, it's okay to have a different opinion with the person you live with. That is okay. You know, we respect each other as individuals. You know what? I'm going to take a purple crystal. Just feeling it. Thank you for waiting. It's like you're waiting for me to go to the bathroom. Yeah, take your time, man. I'll wait. Can we get this shot? Nope. I'm going to hit both of them. That obviously did not work. Keep thinking there's pumpkins like another enemy flying around. And I forgot to equip myself with the Swift. So, oh, there's some radiance. Danger Room would be freaking ideal. Please, give me that DR. The Danger Room. We did hit one of them at least. Okay, well, whenever you feel like coming back, there we go. Can't wait to see the perspective this looks like from Twitch. If you get to experience me just standing still and teleporting like half a stage away, it is most desirable with an unstable connection. But you know, as you get older, you do tend to take life a little bit more seriously. The healing Wolverine powers of youth are not what they once were. Just gonna chop at you for a minute, Mike. Now's when we could use you. Give me that neutral damage. I mean, miss altogether. is actually what I meant to say, so you followed my command to a T. I appreciate that. Can we just freaking bonk? At least we're making money. No. Mike, make up for what I have done. I'm trying. Sargasm. Is that like sarcasm? An orgasm? Where's the awesome come from? Hava. Pardon me. Just beat this dude into a corner. You know what? We'll just do this. No. Sorry, Mike, you weren't ready. My fault. Just keep here. We are sword warriors. This is what we do. Throw ourselves at the enemy. The temptation was to make a, break into freestyle rap there. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to show off my final form, which is actually a black inner city rapper from Baltimore. It's my alter ego, which I don't dive into at all, actually ever, because I'm afraid if that alter ego reaches the surface, humanity will just not be ready for it, and reality itself will collapse in. So anyway, that's why I never started my rap career, not because I was afraid of making millions, but I was afraid that humanity would suffer such a great loss by not existing. The end. And that was sarcasm, ladies and gentlemen. Sargasm. You've influenced me. It's almost like I knew what he was gonna do, because I've slain millions of wolvers in my lifetime. Cha, cha, cha. Miss. My Pokemon made him move. I do think sprites were an okay addition to this game. I honestly do. They're fun. Thinking about the myriad of ways that the game at the time could have been updated. Not the, top on the list from any perspective. I should just use number 2. Number 2. I should use number 2 when dealing with these guys. I really should. Just jump in here. Dance with them for a minute. The orbitals that do damage when I have a sword that they take less from. This makes a lot of sense. Anyway. Whoop. All you. Number 2. That's what we need. And the number 5. There we go. Now we're doing some damage. Maybe. And that worked. Actually, it's more the Triglaves smashing their poor little skulls in, but that's alright. More radiance. I'm not gonna hope. But I'm gonna hope. And I was not disappointed because I didn't think we'd get any. And I was right. So I guess I get points for being right. I don't really like that. And there's the elevator. Darn, no danger room. We get pain in the butt. It's okay. Let's go see what we made out with here. Oh, Immortal Mike. Oh, I got a monster bone. This sells for a couple hundred credits. Little bits and pieces, my man. I know I do still have some items that I could possibly sell for a good bit of energy, but I'm not kind of not into it. They were gifted me with the promise like, hey, make this into an Acheron, or hey, make this into a something something. So I'm gonna try to make them all. I'm gonna try. In my lifetime, I might not be able to. I'm going to try. That's also something that kind of brought me back. Was made some promises. Was 10K. Was gifted some things. We got 9 rats. That's okay. Dude, you win stylish points for just being beautiful. This morning coffee's so good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to work, man. I'm to the point where I look forward to a lot in life. And you need to be at that perspective. It's one of the biggest ways you can be salt. I mean, in the Bible, they say that you should be the salt and the light of the earth. And that makes a lot of sense in my brain. And you should be. So we need elite orbs. How much are these again? 800? 400. Dude, we're close. And a meteor mote. We... Right to war? No. We can do it. Dude, does that really need to be up there, or does our graviton? Gremlin very high, huh? Let's, That's too much. No. We're saving our radiance for the Valance, because we need that to be level 10. I'm not purely going to go on the level 4 paradigm where... Excuse me? Oh, I could buy prize boxes. Like, that looks really neat. So, 50 more energy, and we got this. It's the normal man. Do you have all normal stuff? He certainly does. He is the normal man. He has 8k prestige. How much do we have? 15k prestige. That's how much we've had since playing. I don't know when prestige started accumulating. Since 2011, 12, whenever they popped it in there and said this might be valuable for something. I was thinking if you get enough prestige points, you could actually trade them in for something consumable, which would have been amazing. Unfortunately, it's just a number that keeps going up, and some people have hit a ridiculous amount, like 10 plus times the amount I have. Ludicrous? Perhaps, but still something to be admired. Anyway, so with courage, with temperance, with Java, freezing, because you want to look up one item. With all this stuff, you know, we're looking, everyone looks for purpose, right? Every worldview looks to establish, I don't know, what should we do? Coherence in the 4 questions of life, right? Origin, meaning, morality, and destiny. Where did we come from? Again, Cotton Eye Joe just shows up forever. What is the meaning of life? How do we get morality? Like, how do we know what's right and what's wrong? And destiny. What is purpose? What is, like, ultimate purpose? And when you make a worldview, and you should examine your own. Whenever you make a worldview and you get your certain belief structure, when you have ideas that conflict, like when you ask yourself those 4 questions and you got to measure them against each other, origin, meaning, morality, and destiny, and if they do conflict, you really got to question your own worldview. It's not coherent. We are meant to be creatures of reason that make sense. 4. And this is very apparent. But, like, again, you can go do children for a lot of these examples. Children are wired for logic, reason, and language. 3 warped us? Dude, we're freaking in the money. These can sell for a lot, can't they? But there is, I mean, other people are going to be jumping in this gate too. Perhaps. Perhaps. Perhaps not. 1 Z-core at a time. Alright, I think that'll do it. Not jumping in there again. No thank you. We had a bad game last time. I'm thinking it'll be the same. I'll still see the same people that went for damage doing the exact same things I did. What is it? June, July, August. So 3 months ago. It's not surprising. I mean, they've been doing the same thing for literally years. And the clever players that had opinions and that were a force and unique, you know, they basically all moved on. So I'm not moving on. I'm just reverting back to the arcade. Back from outer space. But now, dude, I have my same cloak, my original one. which is amazing. And dude, I got a pipe. What more could you get out of here? Could you freaking ask for? Well, thank you. I smoke only the finest bubbles. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed these, not matches, this long, laggy run through my broken connection. Tide Pod Challenge 2.0. We smoke. That is good. That's a good joke. Click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I'll see you next time. Take care.